Well, you never know. You constantly question your talent at it. You just have to sort of persevere. You know, being an artist and a creator, you're constantly questioning your purpose and reasoning for creating. There's different parts to the joy of designing. There's the part of a completion and a realization of an idea is very gratifying. There's the improv of creating it. There's the mistakes, which are incredibly joyful and exciting and often lead to the best work. And there's the experience of seeing a woman and how she feels in a piece of clothing. Having restraint is a great struggle of mine. Finding balance, reality versus surreality of creating is always a struggle. Each one has their own struggle for different reasons, whether it's the editing process or that you don't reach the idea that you want to finally reach. We did a collection called Trinity, and it went from this section of all white and this idea of the rarity of the color white, and all the symbolism of the virginal symbolism, the luxury symbolism of it, and it was quite architectural, white on white, and it went from these shapes in white, which were quite sculptural, into what I called tribalite collection, sort of this idea of these urban nomads. And then it went into you working within this African theme, this idea of creating more sort of abstracted shapes, these inflatable sort of black ebony and floating shapes, and sort of reaching that kind of strength of women was really hard. And continuously within the industry of fashion, trying to empower women is a constant struggle and battle within any collection. It's much easier to have that connection with the customer and have that experience, but to communicate that artistically in a non-phony way is a great challenge. I think it would be very easy to do a collection that's about power women, but not in a masculine way. It doesn't mean a big shoulder. That's about women dressing as men. And so that's, it's a constant, striding place. Everybody in our culture has an obsession with new. And so, for me, the next step that I think I've added is to create validity and to create a test of time. My creative process is really exploring ideas that I'm interested in at the time, and then intensive research, which can become literal research and abstract in terms of just form or texture and shape, and then I build on a woman, three-dimensionally, with fabric and form and textures and sewing techniques that I build in my studio, and then I work with my team on sort of building that out into a collection. I mean, I treat it, in acts, as in a very theatrical way in terms of the sequence of our collection and our show, and where it starts and where it begins, or does it go in reverse and backwards? It's like cooking a meal. It's so varied. I often find my inspiration through play.